Good afternoon, this is Dave with an edition of the Daily Blooms, June 2nd, 2019. I've got the greenhouse pretty well emptied out as far as cattleyas and some of the other things that were out here. We're having a switch in the weather. So I've got to bring the vandas back in because it's going to get down to 39 or 40 tonight and possibly 38 tomorrow night. And the high is only supposed to be in the low 50s tomorrow. So I don't think the vandas would be able to take it out there. So I've cleared some bench space in that to just put them in boxes and bring them in for a couple days. Of course, we just got a rainstorm. I was hoping they'd be dry when I brought them in because I don't plan on hanging them up. Anyway, so we're going to look at the greenhouse out here now before I get the vandas back in here and see what's in bloom out here. This is a beautiful dendrobium. I've had it for 3 years or so. I got it from Orchids by Hauserman. It is mounted. It's got three nice spikes on it with lots of nice flowers. It is a dendrobium. I don't know how to pronounce what it is, but there you are. Dendrobium farmeri. Very beautiful anyway. There's a nice cattleya from Sunset Valley that has been mounted for a couple, 3 years. That's the second set of blooms on it. Had 2 earlier, and these 2 are on it now. This is a nice oncidium that I did show you in an earlier video, but there's so much stuff in here you couldn't really see it very well. That dendrobium is still blooming. It's about done. It did have, 7 or 8 flowers on it, and now just these 2 that are still on it. This is a nice cattleya that was in the house that I brought out here. It's fading. The Miltoniopsis you have seen. Here's a nice oncidium that's out here. It's blooming. Has been in bloom for quite a while. Just has been buried. You couldn't see it very well. Another oncidium here. That's quite a nice one. Another oncidium over here. Very nice brown with a nice orange lip. Very nice spike on it. Doing well. This is a phalaenopsis up here blooming, I think. Just opening up. I'm not sure what that is. I gotta look and see here. Yeah, that's a miniature phalaenopsis. I think it was in bloom when I got it. It was from Main Street Orchids. I got it at the Orchid Show in Rochester. Here's one that I bought in like 3 years ago in Rochester for the Orchid Show. It was on the members table. A member had divided his plant or grown this. It bloomed last year for me and blooming again this year. Quite pretty. I found another one of these. And when I found it, it was buried amongst all the flowers up there. It had like, I think 5 flowers on it when I found it. These 2 are still in bloom. And when I found it, there was a lot more green in the flowers than the other one that we had quite a discussion on it. last time I showed it in an earlier video. Let's see what else we got in here. There's a Vanda, one of my first Vandas that I got at the grocery store probably 5 years ago now. It has bloomed every year around Mother's Day. I know the light's not very good in it, but it is purple. And nice big blooms. Hal from My Green Pets is still he's got another blossom on, and looks like he might be forming another one. I don't know, he's probably had 25 blooms on him now. Here's a nice epi I wanted to show you. This is the second set of plot time it's bloomed. The first one was kind of not a very good showing, but these two are pretty with that purple lip, and it is mounted. It's an epidendrum Parmesan ruby or something. It was mounted November 2016. It's pretty. Different but pretty. I still have bulbophyllums. I've kept up most of the bulbophyllums are in here. Here is a bulbo that is starting to bloom. Very small flowers. Not much to see on, really. Can't really get it up there so you can see it very well. Got a lot of buds on it, but they're going to be quite small. Here's a bulbo that I wanted to show you. It's very pretty. This is very red. The actual bloom is. As you can see, it has I think four or five, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like six flowers on it. And it is a bulbophyllum. Right there is the name of that. Okay. It's doing quite well. Bulbophyllums I've kept in because I think most of them like to be warmer than some in order to grow well, and so that's why I've kept them inside. My air plant here is under this light. It is blooming. You can see it, very pretty, quite large. I've had it for, I don't know, several years. First time it's colored up and bloomed for me. I think it's because of this LED light that I have it under that it's finally bloomed for me. And I'm just checking, seeing what I'm going to be able to do as far as make room for the orchids from outside. This one is still doing quite well. And I guess other than that, that's pretty much it out here. Oh, there's a Vanda there that's still in bloom. Got to get busy now and move them to Vandas. Oh, this one is in bloom. I've had it for several years. I don't know what the name of it is. blooms every year. There's another spike there. It'll probably have a couple more spikes on it before it's done blooming. So I guess with that we'll wrap it up for today, and hopefully this cold weather will stop. I don't know if there'll be any damage done to the plants that I'm leaving outside or not, but I can't bring everything back in. There's probably 2/3 of my orchids are outside now. So, guess we'll leave it at that. So, until next time, so long.